Hello guys, welcome to another video. So today we'll talk about the bull and bear market. That's the video that you are talking about that you want me to make a video of, and this is the one of the 7 biggest signals that I rely on in the past 20 years about how can we indicate right now currently are we under a bull market or bear market. It's 100% correct up to now. So it's not a clickbait, it's not a lie, it's not a conspiracy. Is something that I've been using for 20 years. If that's not working, I will be doing by now, right? But you can say, oh, it's 100% right for the past 60 years. So what? What about next? It's not mutually exclusive. It's not gambling. It's about the same economy, same structure, same political system. It's exactly, they're all the same. So it works in the past, it should be working this time also. If for any statistic that has been working for 100%, you will say that the next time it will probably not working at all. So from now on, you're not buying stock, you're not investing, you're not owning a house, stuff like that, or you're selling all your houses, in a way, 100% of chance you will lose for sure. That is something that we'll talk about today. So first of all, if you're not a subscriber of my YouTube channel, please subscribe right now. In the button, right now, just click it. And also you can like my Facebook page for most updated videos. So today we'll just look at one chart. I have 7 signals. I look at one chart. I'm sure that I've made a video before about this, but after 1 year, something has changed, and hopefully my presentation has improved. That I will explain it one more time, probably the last time, because I won't make more videos about the same thing, right? Because this is being consistent. It's about the bear and bull market. It's whether or not it's Obama, Donald Trump, it's Putin, or President Xi in China, whoever it is managing the world, is exactly the same, always, okay? This is the US interest rate hike cycle in the past 60 years. So the main problem we are facing is whenever we understand a country is going to raise the interest rate, the economy is going to turn bad, if not really bad, right? That's pretty much wrong, because the philosophy behind that is because they have the statistics and they have the data showing that we are speculating too much. We're using too much of our saving, investing in something that has no future. Probably it's Bitcoin, but they are not traceable. Probably more than one houses, and probably more than we can afford, right? So they really have to raise the interest rate to push the cost higher for a little bit. So in a way, it makes sense because we think that, oh, the mortgage will be higher, the cost will be higher, how I lend money will be more difficult. Yes, this is exactly the same. So that's why you think it's bear market, right? That's wrong because of the philosophy I just mentioned before. If you don't trust me, please trust the statistics in the past 60 years. So now, why should we look at US if we look at global investment rise, right? Because if we are experiencing bull market globally, I can guarantee every single country will follow the trend having a bull market. But whether or not it's a bull market or bear market, 100% of the chance United States will be within this cycle, right? So that's why it's crucial that we look at United States. You understand? Okay, so by looking at United States, we will launch a chart of 60 years of the interest cycle. So behind that, the background, you can see white and gray and white and gray, right? So white meaning bull market, gray meaning bear market. It's proven that it's recession, okay? If people outside saying what they're true is about if they're raising interest rate, the economy is going to turn really bad, if not so bad to recession, right? If that's right, you will see whenever the blue line going up, the background will be gray, right? So if you look at 1950 to 1960, you see 2 interest rate hike cycle. They are all white. They are all white. You understand what I mean? So not more than that, the only chance recession comes is when interest rate is cutting, it's going down. Okay? So that is a big misconception and a stupid one that we keep on mentioning right now. That is exactly why we treat bear market as a bull market, or treating bull market as a bear market, which media are all talking about right now. So whenever the price is going up, they ask you to sell your house. Whenever the stock is going up, they make up the reason saying the stock market is too high. Right now, look at the chart. S&P 500, NASDAQ Hang Seng Index, Malaysia, houses in Singapore, Shenzhen, Vancouver, Toronto, in US, which of the price is going down in 2017? That is exactly after I make you guys the video, because everyone is saying 2017 is the recession. Here we go. We enjoy the ride, right? The ride is only going up. That is because the fundamental of the economy is only based on the fundamentals. And there are 7 signals of the fundamentals of the root of the economy. And the interest rate hike cycle is one of them. It's crucial. Okay? So more that we can study, for example, every single time when we experience recession, we have to understand why there's a recession, right? Because there's a bubble. I talk about it many times. A bubble and a bubble being bursted are 2 different things, okay? The famous investor, Soros, he is famous of saying whenever there's a bubble starting, he would jump right in and play the game, okay? So he's saying that the bubble is starting, but for the bubble to burst, there's a really long time of gap in between, okay? So what makes a bubble, right? It is always because of high interest rate. And even with the higher interest rate, we are still wanting to speculate and use up all our savings to speculate, right? There are 2 things, high interest rate, and we ignore that and keep speculating, okay? So first one, is the interest rate high? It's not at all. It's 1.5. For example, Canada and other countries is 1. Highest is Malaysia is 3, right? So by looking at this chart, we'll look at the gray area, right? So before the gray area happened, which is the lowest peak of the interest hike? You understand? Which is the peak, but the lowest interest rate is in between 1950 to 1960. That is an interest rate of around 3%. That is the lowest peak, okay? The second one is 1960. It's around 3 to 4, right? And then it's the last one, 2008. It's around 5.1, 5.2, right? So right now, 1.5 meaning what? Historically, United States, and in which it represents globally, bull market to recession is never going to happen in such a low interest rate. So thinking about 1997 and 2000, the tech bubble, even the interest rate is as high as 6 to 7. In Asia, it's as high as 10. People still not putting their money into saving accounts. They still draw all their money, and even not enough, they will lend more money and invest in everything they can. So the only thing I see a closer bubble is somewhat like a Bitcoin, okay? But it's not to the GDP standard, it's still a really small of a pie. It won't make a bubble, right? But if we're talking about housing market and stock market, think again. Is it bull market or bear market? So after the last video, I understand you have many questions, but please, you have to understand, again, a bubble and bursting, they're 2 different things and happen in 2 different phases, okay? So right now, think again, should you buy a house? Or will you at least sell your house, right? You won't. Or will you spend your time studying investment? Or you will say that, oh, it's really too high, the bubble is too strong, might as well just play basketball, play music, and just chill and drink, right? No, it's the last chance you should invest your time in what will accumulate for yourself in the future, in your family, in your loved ones, right? So if you think that your friends beside you are also having this big but simple and stupid misconception, please give me a like, thumbs up, and also simply share this video to your friends so that my mission will be spread and will be expanded for more of us will understand, because sometimes the media doesn't even know what they're talking about, okay? So the only thing that we trust is number and statistics. That is really simple. Missing that is really stupid. Don't jeopardize your future, your loved ones' wealth into something that you just assume, right? So investing be easy. Please leave me a comment in the comment box below. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.